listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest, Ray Drabek, first timer on Ron Siegel Radio. Cops for Kids, welcome.
Thank you.
And repeat offender. Not too many people are going to call you a repeat offender, right, Daron?
That's right.
Daron Wyatt, Anaheim Police Department Public Information Officer, and so much more, comes in to share great information with us. We appreciate it. And then we remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money. I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Celebrations of the day. These are some pretty interesting celebrations today. National Leif Erikson Day. Can't see any logic in that one. I don't even know what this one means. National Pro-Life Cupcake Day.
I got a bad feeling about this.
And here's one for those of and that's probably something that we may appreciate. I don't know. I'm just going there just on a whim. But having beaten anorexia, enjoying cheese, today is National Moldy Cheese Day. I don't know about that one, but maybe blue cheese. I guess that's a traditional moldy cheese. So if that's the case, then we'll take that one. Some of the others, maybe we'll just throw it out and move on. We'll see. Dow Jones Industrial Average this morning up about 31 points. Oil up 63 cents per barrel. Ow! We don't want to talk about where that's going to do to gas prices here in Taxifornia. The U.S. 10-year Treasury down about 1.25 basis points, 3.22. Still not good news for your mortgage rates, but we'll talk about that in the Mortgage Minute. We're watching them though for you. We are watching them. Anybody can tell you what is happening. We'll tell you why it's happening. Moving right along in the news. Hey, I don't know how many of you were with us last night. Anaheim Hills Community Council and I think it's the Anaheim Hills Rotary. They had their town hall meeting last night. Fascinating to watch this event. It was for the District 6 City Council. And it's just fascinating when you watch all these folks who go out there and they're all wanting to have the same job. I have no clue why they want this job. All they do is get grief. You'll be able to see that tonight if you want to watch it. Anaheim.net. I think you can find the City Council meeting. It'll be on probably on this evening. I would recommend, being that it is Anaheim and it is a City Council meeting, no children are allowed. They probably have it rated X most of the time, just because our mayor does not mind vulgarity in the council chambers. Just my opinion, but no reason for it. I don't know why he does it that way, but that's the way it is. But watching the council members last night, I was sharing the information. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. A couple of the council candidates had trouble articulating why they were there. That's kind of fascinating. You would think that they would know that part of it. I mean, almost anything we do, we've got an elevator pitch. And basically the elevator pitch, you're explaining who you are, what you do, and why you do it. Yet they gave them 3 minutes at the beginning of the event last night, each candidate to tell us who they are, why they're there, what they do, why they want to be in this. A couple of them had serious trouble even telling us that. I found that fascinating. One of the biggest issues in the city of Anaheim, Measure L. I don't know why Patty Gabby couldn't figure out whether she was for it, against it, so she came out as undecided. Now, we are broadcasting live October 9th. I believe the election is less than 1 month away. I wonder what she's hiding. Why wouldn't she know whether she's for it or against it at a town hall meeting? Just a question mark. But then again, she also doesn't know why they would be looking at putting a $5 million hole in the city budget by antagonizing their biggest customers. Now, yes, even cities have customers, right? Their customers are the people that pay the bills, like big business. And why would you go and antagonize? Now, I don't know what kind of business you're in. If you're a hairdresser, do you go and antagonize the clients that come and see you as regulars? Or if you're a city, like Disney or the Angels, the Ducks, they're probably their biggest customers. They bring in a lot of money. Yet let's see if we can antagonize them too. Apparently Miss Gabby didn't realize that there's a lot of hotels in Garden Grove because of Anaheim pushing them out. Just an opinion there, but I guess that just goes in line with our mayor right now. He doesn't understand that part either. Moving right along. It's a fascinating world watching politics, and it's even more fascinating from my seat because I got way too much baggage to ever be in their shoes. But I get to talk to you about it, so that's the fun of it. Speaking of watching politics, a Senate Democrat reportedly wants to outsource parts of the Trump-Russia probe to an operative link to Soros, to George Soros. Does that surprise anybody? Now, if I haven't even seen the whole report, but I could probably guess which one of the Democrats that would be. It's ought to either be Dianne Feinstein, Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi. She's still around. Maybe not seen, maybe not, does not have her senility in it with her, but she's still around. Or is it Spartacus Booker? Or Stolen Valor Blumenthal? Or Mad Max? Which one do you bet is going to be the one that wants to do this outsourcing? Just questioning it right there. I think we got some feedback on there at the station, guys. Moving right along. Apparently, more of the fake news coming out of the New York Times. Love it that Rod Rosenstein's job is on the line, according to the New York Times. Ooh, gotta love that one, right? Yet he was on Air Force One yesterday, met with the president. Fascinating watching this president. If you're a business person or like to study business, right? He's going down to Florida for an event before he comes back to Washington, D.C. for an event. And they're reporting on the meetings that he's having on the airplane while they're flying. One of the meetings is with Rod Rosenstein, who the New York Times said the president is firing, yet obviously the president did not get that message.
You're fired.
Right, he didn't say that to him. He actually said, no, we're very happy with him and have no reason to get rid of him. Think about that. Now, will that change tomorrow? Well, it's President Trump, so it could. Hard to say, but moving right along. That was another one of those notes that came out of there. The big news, obviously, of today, if you have not heard it, Nikki Haley resigning from as U.S. ambassador as of the end of the year. And another press conference there. Yes, that was really a well-kept secret. I hadn't even heard of any rumors of that one. But apparently, when she took the job with the president, she said that she wanted to do it for about 2 years. And at the end of the second year, she is moving on. Who will be replacing her? A lot of rumors already, but I've heard Kelly Ayotte's name, and surprise, surprise, we'll have to see if this one comes up, but
surprise, surprise, surprise.
Joe Lieberman. That would be fascinating. Now, you know that the Democrats will have a problem, even though Joe Lieberman was a Democrat, then went to independent, never been a Republican, but I'm sure they'll find a problem with it, right? I mean, can Chuck Schumer, he's probably already got the signs made. George Soros already paid for the signs. We are anti-blank for U.S. ambassador. Now, maybe they'll fill in the blank this time. When they did it with the Supreme Court, they left the blank in there. Just a bit of a humor there. It's kind of amazing that they have the signs all pre-made. It's just the way our system is working right now. But can you imagine what the problem that Schumer would have if the president nominated a Democrat to be the U.S. ambassador? Love to watch that one. Moving right along, Taylor Swift in the news. Now, does anybody really care? I mean, I know that she's got 110 million followers. The fascinating part is that this is being even picked up by the media. So, President Trump said Monday he likes Taylor Swift's music 25% less after her endorsement of Democrat in Tennessee's Senate race. Now, here's the issue there. I shared this with you last week when we were talking about Social Security going away. Now, Taylor Swift has, I believe the number's 110 million followers. Probably 2 of them vote. Maybe not even 2. Right? Because the demographic of who votes is seniors vote, older people vote. Do you think Taylor Swift's audience really votes? Just a question mark there. But maybe that could be changing a little bit because Kanye West has had a meeting at the White House on Thursday, so probably the same demographic as Taylor Swift. I wonder what's going to happen in that issue. We'll see. Democratic Michigan Senator Gary Peters faulted anti-Trump lawyer Michael Cavendish Sunday, saying that his forwarding of a dubious sexual assault allegation against Justice Brett Kavanaugh was ultimately not helpful. Really? Do you think? How can somebody say that Kavanaugh was not that Avenatti was not helpful? Has he done anything that anybody really believes? I mean, other than the fact that the guy wants to get his face on TV as much as possible, I think I know where we can get him a job, though, because one of these guys died. Yeah, he might be one of the Three Stooges. I'm just throwing that out there. It might be. Of course, that would be an insult to the Stooges, so I don't think we want to go that far. But we'll talk more about that in the days and weeks to come. More coming today. We got a big show for you this morning. What's going on with home prices? We will chat about it. Think about this one. I hear this all the time. People are still not checking their credit report. How, after us telling you for all these years, check your credit report because it's wrong, you're still not checking it. So we're going to talk about that one as well. And a big event coming up, supporting our police officers. Cops for Kids is the event. We're going to talk a lot about that. What does Cops for Kids do? We might even learn a little bit there as well, because I like the idea of learning. I like the idea of sharing that information with you, and being that I'm the host of the show, I can. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the Mortgage Minute today, being brought to you by our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star has the programs and the products for you. They're the only one I know of that has the Fast Pass Loan Approval. Fast Pass Loan Approval, yes, that is the one that allows you to compete with same as cash offers. Yes, your real estate agent can check box J4 on the residential purchase agreement. No loan contingency. That's the idea of it. So what is happening in the markets this morning? We look at all the markets for you. That way we can identify what's going on, where it is happening. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average up about, actually it's down now, down 4 points. NASDAQ is up 23 points. The 10-year Treasury, which is a leading indicator for the bond market, for the 30-year bond, that is down 1 basis point. Fannie Mae 30-year bond, it is up 14 basis points. Now, whenever the bond is up, that means interest rates are down, but don't get too excited because it's not down a whole heck of a lot. But the beauty is we did hold support. We're at 99.9972 was our support level. We did touch it. We bounced off of it, so that's good. We're staying now in a bit of a range. Now, as long as we can keep that 10-year Treasury below 3.25 on the close, that'll be a big benefit for us there as well. So we're watching all of those things. Now the question becomes why? Right? And I told you that everybody can answer the question of what. Right? Go to google.com. You can get every one of the numbers I just shared with you if you know where to look. The issue becomes, why are these things happening? Well, a lot of it still has to do with the jobs report from last week, because the media did not cover it. What is this? I got to get my friends back over here. The media didn't cover it accurately.
Surprise, surprise.
So we were expecting a jobs report of adding 180,000 jobs. Well, there was 134,000 jobs added for the month. But here's the issue. July was revised from 147,000 to 165,000. August was revised from 157,000 to 147,000. Combined upward revision was 87,000 jobs, 3-month average, 190,000 jobs added. Now, let me ask you this question. How many jobs do you think can be added when nobody's looking for work? right? We're at a 3.7% unemployment rate. That's the lowest level in 50 years. So how do you think you're going to have blowout jobs numbers when there's not a whole lot of people out there looking? Now, we did see, this is the big number, the one number that most people also are not looking at, was the U6 unemployment number. That is the number that we really want to be looking at in most points. Why do we want to be looking at U6? Why is U6 so important? Well, that's the number that's going to tell us about the people that are unemployed or underemployed. We should really be looking at that number more than any other number, but we don't look at that number for some reason. We want to look at other numbers because that's what history has shown us. Now, when we've got a big event like a hurricane maybe, do you think people are underemployed during that time period? That's the issue. That's why we saw the change in that U6 number. Now, normally I'm a big proponent of watching U6 more than any other number because I understand what the BLS looks for, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Do you know the definition of a new job? You know, only in America could this be a usable definition. 1 hour of work for pay for the month. So if you got a job for 1 hour, you are now considered one of that group of 134,000 people that had a new job last month. Think about that concept. It doesn't work too well, but we did see wage growth. That is good. We saw weekly earnings growth. That is good. So we're seeing an economy that's moving very well. Now we just have to tell the media, because they don't want anybody to know that. They're busy talking to Michael Avenatti, try and figure out that one. That's the Mortgage Minute, again, brought to you by our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage, the only one I know of with that fast pass loan approval, same as cash offers, even though you're not buying for cash. Let's chat this morning. Our guests in studio today, Daron, Wyatt, Anaheim Police Department, Ray Drabek, Cops for Kids. So I guess we have to start off, Ray. What is Cops for Kids?
So, well over 10 years ago, they realized that to fund a lot of the student programs the police department participates in throughout the city, that we needed a non-profit to help fund those programs.
Okay.
It's made up of a board of retired police officers, local business folks, people that work within the school districts, and they work together on that board to help fund and manage the programs that Anaheim Cops for Kids participates in.
So this goes back to a lot of things. Daron, I think you were in last time when I was proven once again my ignorance. We were talking about the Police Association, I think it was, or an organization that the police officers are all a part of. And they go out and do after-school programs and whatnot. I don't remember the exact name of the organization.
So the
Assistance League, maybe?
The Police Activities League, but it's part of Cops for Kids. We have a number of programs that Sergeant Drabek can talk about. The Junior Cadet Program, after-school programs. All of these things are part and parcel to the Cops for Kids program, and it's all part of the police department's goal to bring these youth up respectfully, contributing to society.
Respectfully? Wait a second. Did you really say respectfully?
I did. In fact, the Junior Cadet Program, their motto is respect given is respect earned.
You know something, and it just fascinated me when we heard about when I learned about the program before. Now, I don't think we were talking about Cops for Kids at the time, but we don't get enough publicity for some of these different programs where the police officers are out there doing all these positive events in the community. And we need to explain that a little bit more to people. That's why I was excited when you mentioned the idea of this Cops for Kids program and the event that we're going to talk about today. But I didn't realize that's what Cops for Kids does, is helps pay for these different events.
Yeah, it's fully funded through that and through the foundation, which is why this event that's coming up on November 2nd is so critically important.
So what are some of the programs that they do, Ray? I don't...
So we start at the age of 9 to about 11 or 12, and that's our Junior Cadet Program. That's a program run by officers who work for the Anaheim Police Department in our schools. This year we're at Betsy Ross and John Marshall for the first half of the year. and then we'll be at 2 other schools at the end of the year. And that's a program that's centered around drill and ceremony, discipline, physical fitness, and there's a learning component to it as well.
Okay. Are those the young people that we see at some of the different events that are helping out?
Those are our police explorers.
Okay, so that's a different group.
Correct. That's for a group of students from the age of 14 to 20. And that is also an in-house program run by our officers. That's a long-term mentoring program with the eventual goal to help them achieve a career in law enforcement or the military or something along those lines.
So when we're talking about this program that's coming up, this is what's going to, it's not city funds that are going to help in these different these programs?
So it's definitely a partnership, because our salaries are paid for by the city of Anaheim, the Anaheim Police Department. But a lot of the events that we do, the Junior Cadet Academies, the Explorer competitions, over 80 events a year, community service related, are funded by Cops for Kids.
80 events. So I'm a simple guy. So that's basically one every 4 days, 5 days.
It's not. I wish it was broken down that evenly. It's not,
because it's probably done on weekends, so you probably get majority of them on weekends.
There are some days we have 3 or 4, and there are some days we have none. Just depends on the week and the time of year.
Interesting. We're going to talk more about this when we come back, because I talk too much in the sponsored story. But we'll get a lot of information in the next segment. We're going to find out about the event. What are these young people learning? What is the success rate that we see with these young people as they learn this idea of respect? And obviously, you know, I might even ask, I'll get myself in trouble, can we get some of the United States senators to go to this program? Maybe we can learn some respect there. Just a thought. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation about the Cops for Kids program, the fundraiser, how you can help, what's going on with home prices, and checking out your credit report. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender. Licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the Your Credit Matters segment today, being brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. Credit Sanitizer has the solutions for you. I've been looking at the credit reports. I've told you this since the 80s. And I know that if you watch 60 Minutes, they'll tell you that 20% of the credit reports are wrong. Well, I'm trying to find one of the 80% because I've never seen one that's completely accurate. Never. I've looked at hundreds, maybe thousands of credit reports. Every one of them has an error regardless of how good the score is. And I told you earlier, credit scores go up to 850 on a legitimate FICO mortgage score. I've seen as high as 834, and that report had errors as well. The idea here is you need to be checking your credit scores. It is free, one of my favorite words. And I think you should do it. I believe you do it every 6 months at least. They'll give them to you for free every year, unless by chance you're able to come up with some area where you got turned down for credit, then they're going to give you them more often. But the issue here is check them. If you're looking to buy a house, rent a house, buy a car, any of those things, your credit score is going to determine how much money you pay in interest rates. The higher the score, the lower the interest rate. Now, based on that, do you think the bureaus are motivated in any way to have your score high or your score low? They make more money the lower your score is.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Based on that, my opinion is they want your score lower. Why? Because the banks, the lenders, the credit card companies, do you think they're sending out all that mail and solicitations to the guy with the 800 credit score or the guy with the 500 credit score? The guy with an 800 credit score, he's getting interest at 3, 4, 5%, 10% maybe. He's not paying interest on his credit cards because he's paying them off every month. The guy with the 500, and I should say the guy or the girl with the 500 credit score, they're getting that credit card at 29%, or maybe they're going over to Speedy Cash and getting 8% per month. Think about that one. Your debt doubles, holy cow, probably every 7 months. Think about that concept. So who do you think the credit bureaus want to sell to? They want your score low. That way they can sell that more often. They can make more money. You need to check your scores. Go on myfico.com. I know they charge $40 a month. Call and tell them you do it 1 month. Then tell them that you're going to cancel. They'll come back to you and say, well, we'll do it for half the price. Just saying, I've heard that before. So that's obviously not a commercial. They're not a sponsor of ours. They probably wouldn't be too happy with me telling you that. You can get your fake score from Credit Karma. That's free. They can tell you what's going on to your reports. But check your credit report. Make sure you know what's going on. Get credit monitoring. Not like we haven't heard now. I think it's Google is the latest one that had a breach of data. It's happening all the time. Stay on top of it. Take responsibility. That is the Your Credit Matters segment, again brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. Let's continue our conversation with talking about cops for kids and responsibility, respect, programs for our young people. We don't get enough publicity for programs like this, and I'm thrilled every time I get a call, and we can share this kind of information because the evening news wants to tell us about all the blood and the gore and the garbage that's going on, the lack of respect in our society, and I've been a big proponent that, I don't talk to a huge number of police officers. I've never had a legal issue dealing with police myself. Heck, I think I've only gotten maybe one ticket in my life. But here's the issue. I would promise you that if we taught our kids respect, doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong, it's respect. Respect your elders, respect law enforcement. Yes, sir, no, sir, I guarantee goes a long way when you're talking to anybody that's in a position of authority. It could be a clergyman, it could be a teacher, it could be a counselor, principal, and yes, law enforcement. Teach our kids that. I hope that's part of the message that goes through with the cadet program, the Explorer program.
Some of the most respectful kids you'll ever come across are in our Junior Cadet and Explorer program. Our kids, our Explorer kids, never cease to amaze me. Their level of professionalism, how they interact with the community. We've had event organizers spontaneously come up to us and compliment how our kids treat the public, how they treat them. We've done marathons and had the marathon organizer audit our students and said they are fantastic, how they, very, very respectful, yes sir, no sir, ma'am. They never cease to amaze me.
Where does that lead? I mean, have you had an opportunity to track this post when the young people graduate the program and where they go from there?
So over half of our students are going to either enter the military, become a cadet with the Anaheim Police Department or a cadet with another organization, depending on where they live, or something in that category. The other group are going to go off to college. Some go away to college. We've had students join the Naval Academy. It just depends on what their own personal career goals are. It's a voluntary program. They are a police explorer because they want to be, and they love the program, and they enjoy doing it.
Do they become ambassadors to the community?
100%.
So we're able to see that they're able to go out into the community because, guys like me, I'm old. Right, and I go out and tell kids about showing respect, and other than my own three, he's an old guy, what does he know?
They're incredible representatives of the department. Again, 70 to 80, sometimes more depending on the calendar year of community events, and the way they interact with the public and represent the police department is outstanding.
That's what we need to get is more people like that and more publicity for those folks that are out there doing the right things because they're the ones that are going to have more influence over their peers than those of us that are kind of acting like dictators. Right? They look at us and they say, what do you know? Right? And I think that if we can get the young people to talk to the young people, maybe they can grow the programs. Has the program been growing?
So the program has been growing. We have a little over 90 explorers for the city of Anaheim, which is huge. It's a fantastic program. We wouldn't be able to do this, little plug for our chief and our command staff too, if we did not have the support of our leadership. It would be impossible to dedicate the amount of time that we do to these programs. And again, that's not just a plug, it's the absolute truth. It takes a tremendous amount of time to mentor and work with this many students on, sometimes a daily, but for the most part, a weekly basis, and it's huge.
Good. It's not just the support, it's actually a vision that the command staff has had for a number of years to grow the programs, to invest in the youth and the community, because they're our future. We have our public safety pipeline program, which is police and fire in our junior high school, 7th and 8th grade, to try and filter people into those programs. I met an explorer last week who, 14 years old, he joined the program as soon as he could get into the Explorer program based off of an experience that he had in the public safety program, public safety pipeline program at Sukumar Junior High School, where he met a police detective and determined from that contact that that's how he wants to spend his adult life.
That's great. I mean, you hear stories like that, and those are the stories that we need to make aware to the young people, right? I mean, what do the explorers do? So I know we see some of the explorers, we see some of the cadets, but give us maybe an event, what would they normally or typically do in an event, and how do you prepare them for these events?
So, twofold, and on the recruiting note as well, along with what Daron just said, most of our explorers are recruited by other explorers, which means they love the program and they want other students to join it as well. A week, or the two main things that explorers do on a weekly basis, to answer your question, is one is Wednesday evenings they meet, and they work on drill and ceremony, physical fitness. We'll have a guest speaker. A portion of every Wednesday evening is planning for future community events. National Night Out was a great example of when we had a large contingent of our explorers out there, and they're interacting with the community, something as simple as playing with the kids and doing face painting and just building those relationships with the younger kids within our community. And again, with a long-term vision of, creating a pipeline within our city, within our department, to eventually hire them as police cadets and officers, and they are the future of our police department.
Yeah, and they also help with traffic control and crowd control. We have 2 events coming up in October. We have the annual Halloween parade that the explorers will be out there helping direct traffic. We have our Coppers and Choppers event on the 27th at Anaheim Stadium during the day, that they'll be out there helping direct traffic, keep everybody safe. So they do a number of things that we wouldn't be able to do if we didn't have them, because it would just be too expensive to staff it with cops.
Sure. What about peer pressure for academics? Do they watch each other to try and promote each other to do better in school?
So twice a year they have to give us their grades.
Okay.
We make sure they maintain a 2.0. If they don't maintain a 2.0, they're placed on academic probation. Every time that we've talked to a student about their grades, they've always brought them back up. But that is a requirement to be part of the Explorer Post.
You love the idea of promoting the kids to do the 2.0, and I'm guessing, I would probably better ask the question. A lot of times, I know when I saw some of the people have challenges with grades, sometimes their peers will start tutoring one another to make sure somebody doesn't fall out. Do you see that?
We have seen that. In most cases, again, to our students' credit, we've really attracted overachievers.
Okay.
Kids that are already taking honors classes and have a high GPA and just love the environment that we've created within the Anaheim Police Department Explorer Post. And I have not seen a student not willing to help out another student within our post in any way, be it grades or physical fitness or how to prepare for the Explorer Academy. The ecosystem that, the officers that run our program at Arvalo and Karen Slecka have created is incredible.
Gotta love the idea and the concept here of people helping people and developing our young people. That's the future of our country. And unfortunately, some of the old people of our country are not setting a great example right now. But something that's great having programs like this that are out there and guiding. We're going to tell you how you can help when we come back, because these things aren't free. So we're going to talk about that when we come back. We're also going to talk about what's going on with home prices. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. We're going to put all the details on these events, how you can help, right there on the Ron Siegel Radio Facebook page. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR?
This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. What is going on with home prices? According to CoreLogic's latest Home Price Insights report, national home prices in August were up 5.5% from August 2017. This marks the first time since June 2016 that home prices did not appreciate by 6% year over year. What a shame. It's only up 5.5%. I mean, that's still a great number when historically, on average, the national number is about 3.6%. Orange County, we're looking at 5.13% over the last 53 years on average. CoreLogic's chief economist, Frank Nothaft, gave some insight into this change. I quote, "The rise in mortgage rates this summer to their highest level in 7 years has made it more difficult for potential buyers to afford a home. The slackening in demand is reflected in the slowing, it's easy for me to say, the slowing of national appreciation as illustrated in the CoreLogic Home Price Index. National appreciation in August was the slowest in nearly 2 years, and we expect appreciation to slow further in the coming year," unquote. Notice he did not say that prices are going to go down. He said the appreciation will slow. One of the major factors that has driven prices to accelerate at a pace of between 6 to 7% over the past 2 years was the lack of inventory available for sale in many areas of the country. This made houses a prized commodity, which forced many buyers into bidding wars and drove prices even higher. According to the National Association of Realtors' latest existing home sales report, we are starting to see more inventory come to market over the last few months. This, paired with patient buyers who are willing to wait to find the right homes, is creating a natural environment for price growth to slow. Historically, prices appreciated at a rate of 3.7% from 87 to 99. CoreLogic predicts that prices will continue to rise over the next year at a rate of 4.7%. Bottom line, as the housing market moves closer to a normal market, whatever that might be, with more inventory for buyers to choose from, home prices will start to appreciate at a more normal level. And that's okay. If you're curious about home prices in your area, let's chat. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Speaking of chatting, we are talking this morning Daron, Wyatt, Ray Drabek are here. We're talking about the Cops for Kids program. Big event coming up, so let's chat about the event, what's going on, what we can do. So what is it, where is it, all that kind of good stuff.
So it's November 2nd.
Okay.
And it's going to be at the River Arena in Anaheim, 201 East Broadway.
What is the River Arena? I've never been there.
Yeah, so on Sunday mornings, it's a church.
Okay.
But it's a facility that's used primarily for a church, the River Church.
Okay. Now you know I wouldn't know. I haven't been there.
Prior, it was a theater. It's an actual theater. It's got surround seating and a bowl type of seating with a stage in the middle. It's a great venue. Last year we had about 300 people there for Anaheim Confidential, the first one. This year will be number 2. We're hoping to double that at least. But Ray can tell you what Anaheim Confidential is about.
I was going to say, now you confused me there. Anaheim Confidential, what is that?
So Anaheim Confidential is the name of the fundraiser.
Okay.
And really the goal of the whole fundraiser was to raise money for Cops for Kids and to simultaneously showcase some of the great detective work and police work that our officers have done.
Okay.
And tell a story that I think most of the public would like to hear about some of the great work they've done. And another thing with that is that we get to showcase some of the great food and beer and partners within our program and that are also sponsoring the event.
Now you got me there because I'm not a beer drinker, but obviously those people watching on RonSiegelRadio.tv know that the food part is always interesting.
Yeah, so the 2 breweries sponsoring us are Anaheim Brewery. They sponsored us last year and they were huge. This year they're sponsoring us as well as Town Park. And then the eateries that are going to be sponsoring us will be Urbana. Again, they sponsored us last year and kind of went out on the ledge with us, for our first event. And we'll be back sponsoring us again this year. Varsity Burger, Mama Cosas, Mama Cosas is a pretty iconic Italian food place.
Been around longer than most of the people in Anaheim.
Yeah, the founder of Mama Cosas goes way back. He was originally an Anaheim police officer who ended up starting that restaurant years ago, decades ago.
Right.
Which is huge. His son runs it now. K&A, Healthy Junk, along with, and I think I already said Varsity Burger, are all part of those food sponsors. And along with that, other businesses have sponsored us as well. Hard to Honda sponsors last year, and they're going to sponsor us again this year.
Okay.
And they're also subsidizing tickets with their promo code Hard and Honda, $10 off.
You gotta love it when the community, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the broadcast. Last night, a big conversation that went on at the town hall meeting was the issue of public-private partnerships. And it's great seeing some of these different companies that come in and recognize the value of what the young people mean to our communities going forward and get involved sponsoring.
Yeah, these are not just great businesses. The people behind these businesses are fantastic. The owners of Hard and Honda, the Beckoffs, Robert and Roberta, was talking to you earlier about spending a lot of time talking with them and how we can grow this event for this year. Fantastic people who not only love the police department but also love the youth within the city and see it as the future and want to help participate in that process.
Well, yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier. How many people are involved right now in the 2 different programs, the cadets and the explorers, roughly?
So that's a third program. So our in-house police cadet program, which is how we're mentoring college students for an eventual career in law enforcement, we have right around 40. Explorers is a little bit over 90, and that program is continuing to grow. And then we have the junior cadet program, which has just over 100. They'll have probably have about 100 next year as well, or for the next semester. So it's a full, from 9 to 24, 25 years old, complete pipeline program to help mentor students for a career in law enforcement. That's the goal.
So you've got roughly 230, 240 people that are involved learning through the process to become good community citizens, regardless of what their career path is.
100%.
Right, and I think that's the big thing right there is the more young people that we can get involved in that to be the leadership, right? That's what really, whether you lead from a sworn position or you lead from a council position or from a position in the business, we're all community.
We're definitely teaching students in every area of our programs, especially our Explorer posts, because we spend so much time with them, skills that they can use in any career they select, later on, as an adult. So it's...
Well, when you said respect in the early part of it, I mean, that's a key thing right there.
100%.
Right? Respect your fellow citizen, holding the door for somebody when you walk out of a restaurant. I mean, that's where it starts.
We talked a little bit about it earlier, but how our students treat each other, along with how they treat leadership and the citizens, is foundational to almost everything that we do.
What's the cost of the program?
So
of the event?
For the event, it's $29, and that includes all the food you want, all the beer and wine you want, and the actual event.
You guys should pay double that. I mean, that's a great event.
And if you use
$29,
and if people use the code Hardin Honda, it's $10 off, so it's only $19.
What time? What's the hours?
So we'll open the doors at 5:00.
Okay.
And we'll serve food, and it'll be open bar. And then the event actually starts at 7:00, and we'll be over about 9.
November 2nd, let's make sure River Arena, Anaheim. And we're going to get the information right there on the Ron Siegel Radio Facebook page. Look at that. I mean, an evening out for $29 and you're supporting the kids. How can you go wrong? I say go buy 10 tickets, take everybody you know, or buy 10 tickets and don't show up. Either way, but support the event and support the people. And we're going to get this information onto the Facebook pages. You guys are doing a great job. I appreciate you coming in and sharing this information, and even more importantly, the idea of guidance for the young people. That's where it's all about. It's our young people are our future, and we need more people that are out doing things like this, getting this information out. So make sure you share it. As soon as you see the post come up on our pages, make sure you get this shared out so that maybe we can cause some problems with the fire department and overflow the building. That would be a great problem.
Well, speaking of that, and speaking of young people in the fire department, Andy Ingram, Anaheim firefighter, is out there watching right now. He is a young firefighter. So, there we go.
Exactly. Good to see you, Andy. And be sure to set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today, and of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.